Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Thursday the 27th of April, Freedom Day, day when nearly 30 years ago we all went out to vote. And I think many people are pleased that it happened, but we haven't quite got to where we thought we would be. There's many struggles and we wrestle with the way things are, and it's not quite perfect, which is a bit like the psalm today. Reading with McShane, we read Psalm 38. David recognizing that his life is in a really tenuous state. He starts off asking God, will you rebuke me in your anger or discipline me in your wrath? Saying, do not do that. And he then goes and just lists what he's feeling. My wounds fester and are loathsome. I'm bowed down and brought very low. All day long I go about mourning. All my longings lie open before you, Lord. My heart pounds. My friends and companions avoid me. Those who seek my life set traps for me. So he's got this long litany of problems in his life. And as he goes through, he says, I've become like a man who does not hear, whose mouth can offer no reply. I wait for you, O Lord. You will answer, O Lord my God. And so in the midst of his tensions and his problems, he cries out, God, I'm waiting on you. And he continues, I'm about to fall and my pain is ever with me. Things haven't sorted themselves out. And the psalm ends with him saying, O Lord, do not forsake me. Do not be far from me, O my God. Come quickly to help me, O Lord my Savior. And as he prays that, it's not that his life turns around magically. He's still sitting in the same position that he was. But in the midst of the problem, in the midst of the sickness and the disease and the people being enemies against him and all the struggles and all the suffering, he hangs on to God. And he says, I will hang on to God in the midst of this. And we have to do that as well. And I recognize in South Africa, that's what we have to do. We have to hang on to God. God, you can make things different. And in so many people's lives, I see people that have lost their jobs, people that are suffering and sick, people that are dealing with all sorts of calamities in their lives. And we've just got to hang on to God. Ask God to be with us. Ask God to change things. It might not happen immediately. And certainly in the psalm that we read, it ends up with David still in the position that he was in. But he has faith in God. And so that's what we stand on, and we hang on to that. So I pray that if you need it, you will find strength in God. And if you're in the fortunate position that you're not struggling, you're not desperate, you'll be able to direct people that you know that are in that position to the hope that we have in God. And so with David, we end up having to say, God, our lives, our plans, our desires, our problems lie open before you. And we just echo him, oh Lord, do not forsake me. Do not be far from me. In the midst of my suffering, be there with me to strengthen, encourage, and give me hope. Be blessed.